everyone. Welcome to my little corner where I design, create, and craft ideas to share with you. My name is Blanca Lomeli, and I am going to show you how I converted my Christmas tree into this Valentine tree. I like the way it turned out. I think it turned out really cute. And for Nomi's beard, I went ahead and switched out the black beard for this red one. I gave it a little bit of a heart shape so that it combines very well with the tree. And with that said, guys, let's move on to our video where I'll show you how to make these hearts. But before we get started, help support my channel by giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel so that you won't miss any other future videos. And with that said, let's get going. All right, so first in line for Operation Valentine tree is this little guy here. I made several of them with different ribbons on the side. And for this heart that we're going to make, I am going to use this ribbon. I got it at the Dollar Tree. We're also going to need a template to cut out our buffalo print paper hearts. And then we are going to need this styrofoam disc, scissors, and so with no further ado, let's get started. Little happy face of glue right there. Try to make sure you guys get it evenly onto the heart. And then we'll do the same for the other side. A little happy face on the styrofoam disc. All right, everyone, I ended up going into a voiceover. There was a lot of background noise and I really wanted to get this project done. So what I did there, I went ahead and started gluing my ribbon from the top of the heart and ended up back at the top of the heart, because as you can tell, I left a long strand. That's going to create our hoop that's going to hang off of one of the branches from the tree. So there you are. Let's move forward to our next heart project. All right, guys, heart number 2. This one's pretty easy. I'm just going to go ahead and show you the steps. I laid them out here. But to begin with, let me let you know that these, I got them from the Dollar Tree. They come in a pack of 12. I did do another project with these. I'll go ahead and show you a picture of it. So let's move on to step number 2. Step number 2, I got the edge of the jute string. I went ahead and taped around it so it'll make it much easier to sew through the heart. And then step number 3, once you finish sewing it, you go ahead and tie a knot at the edge and then another tie at this edge. And then you just kind of make your little bow out of your ribbon, glue gun it, and pretty much that's it. Hope you guys like it, and let's move on to heart number 3. All right, for heart number 3, I went ahead and made them off of camera, but I did leave a little space so that I can show you guys how I put them together. I cut out some tissue 1 inch by 1 inch, then I pinned in a thumbtack, shriveled it up for grip, and then I put a little dot of glue in the area where I'm going to pin in the thumbtack. The reason I put glue is because the foam is so flimsy that it pops the thumbtack right back out. So right there you see me finishing it off. I needed like 2 or 3 more thumbtacks. And I did the same procedure for the red heart, but instead of gold thumbtacks, I went ahead and used silver thumbtacks. And the reason I cut them 1 inch by 1 inch is so that you can see the thumbtacks. Now for this next heart, I'm going to show you really quick how I cut out the tissue so that I can get a bunch of them all in one shot. So I grabbed the sheet, I folded half to another half and continued that process until I got the size that I actually wanted. Then I guesstimated the inch and I went ahead and cut another inch, and then another inch. I made sure that I cut the edges so that I can get my full-on squares. All right, for this heart we use cardboard, and the tissue I used here is a little bit longer or bigger than the inch by an inch that I'm using for this white one that's here in the bottom. So what I used to stick on the tissue onto the cardboard is the edge of this paintbrush. And let me show you really quick how I did it with this little heart. I wrapped the tissue around the edge of the pen. I put a little dot of glue, and presto, it's done. Back in the day when I first learned how to use this method, we actually used regular glue. This method is, let's say, about 35 to 40 years old. I learned how to use this method when I was a kid. We were actually decorating a quinceañera. We were making a centerpiece for her table, but instead of cardboard, we were gluing it onto styrofoam. So we did, at one point, I think we did use pins to secure the tissue down, only because we felt that they might fall off because of the glue wasn't grasping onto the foam. But yeah, little history on this. Hope you guys like it. I've been using this method ever since, and now it's of course a lot faster for me because all I have to do is put a dot of glue and there I'm done. As to before, where I used to sit there a couple of seconds to wait for the glue to dry. All right, one last tip before we move forward. These hearts, I made them one-sided only because we're going to put them onto our Valentine tree. But otherwise, if you want them to look like a little pom-pom, you can make two and then glue them together back to back. Now, if you wanted to hang them off of a tree, the wall, the window, don't forget to add string of your choice before you glue them back to back. And pretty much this is it. Hope you guys like them. So let's move on to our next heart. All right, hope you guys like them. So let's move on to heart number 5. So for this next heart project, it's pretty self-explanatory. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys just watch it. And there you guys are, 3 cute little hearts made out of a Christmas stocking. Last but not least, the metal board one. This is my favorite. I love this. I made it, of course, out of cardboard. I went ahead and made a couple of them. Let me show you really quick how I made these. So I cut out a panel from a cardboard box. I'm going to start out with this small one. What I did is I rolled up the panel to get as much indents as possible. Then I went ahead and fold it so I can get a deeper increase. And then whatever little areas I wasn't able to get, I helped myself out with this ruler. Then I grabbed one of the other hearts as a template, traced out my heart, and cut out my heart. As I was cutting out my heart, I did notice a couple of indents that weren't fully dented in, so I went ahead and did them with my ruler, and it came out cute. For this heart, I used the ruler. I started out by folding it, but then I did notice that instead of grabbing every other 2 creases, at one point I ended up grabbing like a 3rd crease, so it made the indents kind of uneven. So I helped myself with the ruler so that it can come out perfect on those indents. All right, these guys are ready to get painted on. I used a folk art metallic sterling silver 662E sterling silver. So the thing about cardboard, it's such a matte, flat look that you kind of need to do 2 to 3 coatings on it for it to look shimmery and metallic looking. But I will give you some recommendations of what kind of cardboard you should use, and with 1 coating should be enough. All right, so here's my favorite one. I went ahead and used a gift box I recycled from a Christmas present. So if you notice that on the white side of this box, it's got that satin finish or the eggshell finish. That's the perfect material to use for a project like this. So with 1 simple coating and use a sponge paintbrush, it'll give you that metal look. So what I did here is I used a ruler so that I can get a precise straight line each time, and the previous fold helped me get the next fold from the other side. And pretty much this is what they call the fan fold. So that's how I got this look. All right guys, so my recommendation to you guys for a project like this, the poster board from the Dollar Tree would be so perfect. If you guys notice, it has a silky side to it. So with 1 coating of this silver paint, it would give you that look. And make sure you use a sponge paintbrush. Now for the burlap heart, I went ahead and used one of my other hearts as a template. Try and trace it slowly because the burlap kind of moves and shifts as you're doing it. And I did notice that when I cut my heart out, it was a little bit uneven. So the way I glued down this burlap onto my heart, I placed 1 dot of glue precisely where I'm going to put my little bow. And that's how I glued the heart onto the cardboard and the bow over the burlap. So this is it guys. Hope you guys liked it. And please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. It'll help support my channel. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe.